So peaceful, yeah.
And the ducks.
Yep, the ducks, the picturesque water and sunset, and the green of the trees. Really nice spot. You know who else is in a really nice spot right now?
AJ Styles.
Well, obviously. He's in an amazing spot. He's poised to become the new guy for WWE. And off the top of the show, do you think he's worthy of being world champion?
I think so.
Okay.
He's a man.
He is indeed, and he can run people over, and we've seen him run people over. But the question is, do you think he's going to hold the strap after only one title attempt?
That's tough to say because, I mean, I do and I don't at the same time because Roman has been getting pushed very, very hard.
You're
So
absolutely
it's
right about
very
that.
likely that he could just get buried, but I think he would also make a good champion. So
What's that?
it's tough to say.
What about Lucha Underground's title picture right now?
Lucha Underground's title picture's looking hot.
Very hot. Several superstars or luchadors are poised to become the new Lucha Underground champion, but of course they need to get through the monster Matanza.
And another monster, but of a different form. A certain dead man is going to be taking on Matanza.
The man of 1,000 deaths. The man of meter burn. The man who is controlled by the bloodstone held by the deathly Katrina.
Mil Muertes.
And Mil Muertes could very well become that new Lucha Underground champion. But since we're so wrapped up in the lore and storytelling of Lucha, let's take a couple of minutes just to go through the story. For anybody who hasn't seen the entire Lucha Underground run, this is a good opportunity to get yourself familiarized with what they're doing in the show. So where should we begin? I think it's only appropriate that we start with the 7 Aztec medallions.
Yeah, it's safe to say.
So according to people in the show like Rey Mysterio and Dario Cueto, these 7 Aztec medallions were assembled by various different Aztec tribes. And apparently they did through Mortal Kombat. Literally. So the power of these medallions, because it represents the ancestry and pride of the Aztec people, and I guess kind of Lucha Libre in a manner of speaking, these 7 Aztec medallions come together to form what's called the Gift of the Gods. And the Gift of the Gods is a title. It's basically Lucha Underground's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, pretty much.
The current Gift of the Gods champion is vacant because Phoenix cashed it in most recently, and he succeeded.
So now they're having kind of like a tournament.
Yeah, to see who is the new holder of the Gift of the Gods. People who are poised to become the new Gift of the Gods champion, number 1 I think is Mac.
Yes, definitely.
So the guy, Willie Mack. His story basically is that he's just really cool.
Pretty much, and he's Stone Cold.
Yeah, he's Stone Cold 2.0.
Yeah.
He's just really cool Stone Austin, basically. I'm sorry, Stone Cold.
Cool Stone Austin.
Yeah. Not to say that Stone Cold isn't already cool, but
yeah, you're right.
I hope you get what I'm saying. But anyhow, another person that's poised to become the Gift of the Gods champion is, of course, Drago.
Oh, yes.
Drago is one of 2 people in Lucha Underground who purports to be a dragon. The other is Dragon Azteca Jr. The junior dragon is a person who wears the green scales, while Drago wears the blue for the most part. But he comes from Inframundo, inside the earth.
Oh my god, inside the earth.
Yep. He worked a program last year against Aerostar, a man who's from the cosmos, a person who flies through time and space and does the most breathtaking step-up moves you've ever seen.
We haven't seen him for a while.
Not really, he's still in space, I suppose.
It's unfortunate.
He's like Nova. I gotta warn everyone!
The Phoenix is coming.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, it did for a little bit.
Well said.
Very short-lived.
Well said. Very well said.
But he couldn't control it.
No, he unfortunately could not control the power.
Couldn't control the monster Matanza.
Nobody could. Matanza wrecked basically the entire Lucha Underground roster.
Yeah.
And another person he wrecked is a person who could potentially become the Gift of the Gods champion, the Hunter, King Cuerno. From the highlands of Guerrero. He's basically a guy who hunts.
Yeah.
And is good at wrestling.
Pretty much.
Aside from him, another person who I could see becoming that guy is Killshot.
Yes. Oh my god.
Tell the fans about Killshot.
Well, I mean, oh man, I'm not even sure where to begin. Like that vignette was so sick last week, and just the over-the-top stuff he does in the ring, it's so good. He's such a good worker. I love it, Michael.
I do too. Killshot's gimmick is basically that he's a former United States Army sniper who had 37 confirmed kills.
Yeah.
All bad guys, or so they tell him.
Yeah.
And then was captured by terrorists. And after 10 months of imprisonment, he managed to use wrestling and his amazing aim to escape. And so he did, and then he came to Lucha Underground to wrestle and potentially find members of his unit or something like that. But anyhow, he's really awesome.
Yeah, he is. I wonder how he's gonna find members of his unit in Lucha Underground.
That's a trio just waiting to be made.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
And the 3 members of Killshot's squad, they can be the Kill Squad.
Bullet Club.
No, they'll be called the Kill Squad.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm filling it in.
You're
Kill
booking
Squad.
it.
Yeah, so it's the Kill Squad.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, check it out.
That's a good trio.
It gets better. So the Kill Squad, they are going to be a 3-man unit, kind of like we're playing a video game, basically. So we got the sniper, obviously, and then the next person in the unit's going to be the heavy gunner, and then what do they have, like a medic or engineer or something like that?
Who would that be?
Okay, so no medics or engineers.
What about Killshot and King Cuerno and then someone else? The Killshot and then the thrill of the kill.
Someone else with some sort of gun-related moves.
Yeah.
Dog has a dagger, so that doesn't really count.
It's a weapon.
Yeah,
I guess.
okay, there could be a 3-person of weapons and killing. Why not? It's a start, until we find the other members of Killshot's unit. But anyhow, going further into the Lucha Underground program from last week, we saw an excellent trios match. A trios match which featured...
It featured El Dragon Azteca, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Prince Puma facing Johnny Mundo, our hometown hero Taya Valkyrie, and the Machine Cage.
And the 3 of them turned out to be a really good team.
Yeah. And their intro poses on point.
Perfectly synchronized.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The outcome was that the babyfaces went over in tremendous fashion, all looking really good.
Which I pretty much expected, but oh my god, there were so many good spots in that match.
Absolutely. Great job to all 6 of them. Aside from that, was there anything else from Lucha that we should talk about?
Anything else? Nothing other than, I think, just... What do you think the outcome is going to be of Mil Muertes versus Matanza?
Matanza's just one guy, despite being the animal. You know, unstoppable brute. Batista versus Matanza, book it. Animal versus animal.
Yeah.
And what does the winner get? The winner gets to eat the other. It only makes sense. And then he gets so much bigger from eating him.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, in all seriousness, the outcome, I think, is the fact that Mil Muertes has his goons, his goonies.
Yeah, you're right.
His dead boys. So the dead boys, the Bloodstone, and Katrina somehow... They're gonna pull some sort of trickery. Shenanigans. And that's how the title's gonna wind back in his hands.
But who knows what tricks Dario might also have.
Oh.
Can't count him out.
Excellent point. So you think that Matanza's gonna retain?
Maybe. I mean, I think it could go either way.
Right.
Because they're both monsters.
They absolutely are. Excellent point.
And I'm really excited for this matchup just because, you know, I love me a big men matchup, and those are a couple of very, very talented big men.
You're right about that. 2 of the most talented big men in the business today, for sure. That being said, let's head over to the NXT product. On last week's show, there was a number of matches, more than we've seen in the past few weeks. We saw Tucker Knight in action.
Against Baron Corbin.
That's right.
The Lone Dare PJ Corbin.
The Lone Dare in one of his final NXT matches, I would think.
Yeah, and he went over.
Of course.
Yeah.
But Tucker Knight is someone I could see becoming a bigger star on the show.
For sure.
He's a great wrestler.
Yeah, definitely. He did really great in the match with Baron Corbin, and he also did really great in, I think it was the week before it was the week before TakeOver in a squash match against the Revival.
Yeah, him and Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. Excellent point. In that match, Tucker really shined. And speaking of Angelo Dawkins, we saw him on the program as well.
Needs more headbands.
He needs more headbands. Yeah. He was in the match against Austin Aries. Pros of the match, it was a good paced match. It was just about 10 minutes. I like the way both competitors worked with each other. Angelo Dawkins didn't seem outclassed by this veteran wrestler.
No, not at all.
Cons, the fact that Angelo needs more headbands. And
yes. And more wristbands too.
Yes, he just needs more bands.
Yeah.
In general.
He needs to get the John Cena special.
A towel?
Well, John Cena's got like 2 like wristbands and stuff.
Children, here, I got a hat. Here's my shirt. There's more stuff for the children. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would potentially work. Yeah. Or they could all follow his body.
And then he can get some slap bracelets. Some Angelo
There
Dawkins
ain't no stopping me now. Also on the program, we saw the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, in a very entertaining match.
Against the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger.
Unfortunately, Shinsuke is an 11.
Yes, but I forget, was it Tom Phillips? Or no, it wasn't Tom Phillips. Who's the interviewer that did the interview with Ty Dillinger?
I think his name is Alex Ramirez or something like that.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought of Tom Phillips.
He's the commentator.
Yeah, I know. But I thought the interview he did with him was really funny too.
Absolutely.
So good. The 3 at the end.
Yeah. Good job, Ty. Despite the fact that Ty didn't defeat, obviously, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
I know. But
I thought he was gonna go over.
Oh yeah, I thought me too, for sure.
Yeah.
Shinsuke, who's that? Despite the fact that he didn't win, he still looked really good. And more big things to come for Ty now that the roster's been shaken up.
Of course.
Which leads us to a talking point of some contention that we had hoped to discuss in the program this week. And that was the WWE introduction of the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer, Tully Blanchard, a woman by the name of Tessa Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard.
So off the top, please, tell me your thoughts and opinions on Tessa in her match against Alexa Bliss.
I mean, I thought overall she worked really well. She got in a lot of good spots. I mean, she didn't go over, which was not really that surprising, but I thought overall it was a really good match, and I'm looking forward to more.
I thought so too. And how do you think she fits into the NXT Women's division right now? Do you think she's a good fit, considering the talent they have right now?
I think she's a great fit.
Should she be a babyface or a heel?
Oh man, that's tough to say. I think we'd have to see a little bit more.
Another match or two?
Yeah, I think so. At least in my opinion, before I can judge.
Do you know who she's dating?
No.
Your boy Prince Puma.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's
go Puma.
That's a wrestling power couple if I ever saw one.
Yeah, no kidding.
2 very, very talented stars who both are going to become, I'm sure, very, very popular and successful in years to come.
For sure. And speaking of the women's division in NXT, we saw Liv Morgan again. And
I like Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I like her too. It's just, it seems like they're in this constant state of like not really knowing what they want to do with Liv Morgan.
It seems like they're closer now.
Yeah. Maybe one day when she gets to like a main event level or something like that, we can see her actually powerbomb someone out of the ring. I just wanted
That's a very audacious spot for your like first television match. Powerbomb out of the ring spot. It's like, whoa.
I just like imagining just a monster heel in women's wrestling.
Liv does not look like a monster heel. She looks really cool.
I know she does.
She looks really nice and cool.
Yeah,
like
you're
you want
right.
to hang out with her.
But who knows? People who look nice and cool could also be monster heels.
Like Seth.
Yeah.
Friendly Seth, he just shaves. And he gets a haircut like me.
Oh god, I can't imagine Seth Rollins without a beard.
You never know, it might happen. That might be his
I'm
return.
gonna have to go home and Google that now.
Seth Rollins without a beard?
Yeah.
Young Seth?
It really weirded me out when I saw Luke Harper without a beard.
Yeah, he looks like a totally different person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything else from the NXT show you want to talk about?
No, I don't think there's anything else that warrants mentioning. Oh, wait. There was the tag match at the start of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa against the Vaudevillains. Kind of a passing of the torch.
Ciampa and Gargano, aside from Jordan and Gable, they're my favorite tag team in NXT.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can get down with that.
Those two teams need to work a program.
Yes.
That'd be fantastic.
Immediate.
That'd be fantastic. And just one parting thought. And yes, you're right. It was passing of the torch. Ciampa and Gargano were strong. Just one parting thought on Liv Morgan. I get the impression that the only kind of like constant about her character design is like probably she sits down and is like, all right guys, I need to wear a hat backwards.
Yeah.
And I need to wear Jordans.
Yeah.
Anything else, I don't care.
Well, she kind of wears like a weird fitting
Jersey?
like baggy shirt. Yeah.
It's a jersey. It has a number on it.
Oh yeah. But I think on this week's NXT it said like stay brutal, but it was like brutal.
It looked good.
Yeah.
This is actually her best costume yet, in my opinion.
You're right.
But basically, I'm thinking to myself, she's gonna wind up looking like female Enzo Amore, which is okay.
Pretty much, but Carmella though?
That's not female Enzo Amore. That's Carmella. That's her own thing.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, it's
Kind of similar.
it'd be kind of hard to have female Enzo Amore with Carmella. Unless, oh my God, what if they tagged in a women's tag division?
Liv Morgan and Carmella?
Yeah.
Why aren't they already? Vince or Triple H, listen up, dude.
H.
Buddy, seriously, put them in a tag together. What's wrong with that?
Liv Morgan can be the power. And then
Even though she's shorter and lighter, she's the powerhouse.
Yeah.
I love it. The shorter, lighter powerhouse. That makes no sense, but it's wrestling. It doesn't have to make any sense.
Kayfabe.
Exactly. Moving on, that's a really good idea. Moving on to this past week in the Big Show, not Paul White, in WWE. Basically, it was more shenanigans with Chris Jericho, the phenomenal one, Kevin Owens, and a little Dean thrown in there as well.
Yeah.
He got got a chance to run amok on Jericho's set last week and establish a new show called the Ambrose Asylum, which we saw last night on Raw and was received fairly well in London.
Yeah.
The London crowd was pretty hot.
Yeah, they were.
People online were saying the crowd wasn't hot. I mean, give me a break. How much hotter do you want them to be? They're
Yeah,
singing-
like they were chanting constantly, like so many chants.
Tons.
I don't know what more people want.
Some people are just...
Like I've heard some dead crowds before.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely not
For sure. Yeah, there were some shows they've done in America where it's a full house and no one moves.
No.
And you ask yourself why.
Like
not?
someone will come out, like they'll be doing their intro and it's just like crickets and it's just like, how am I supposed to get hyped to this?
Maybe
He ain't hype.
They ain't hype. Yeah, in some places I feel like maybe they're too self-conscious,
Maybe.
which is too bad
Yeah,
because...
that is.
like when you went to a wrestling show, did you hold back?
No.
Were you like, someone might see me cheer?
No. I was going ham.
Yeah, absolutely. me too.
Especially with the woo-woo-woos.
For Zack Ryder? Yeah. Whoa. Absolutely. Yeah, for
I
sure.
even did it for Stardust too. When he did the woo.
I have to admit, I even went, awesome, for
Yeah.
Miz.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of Miz, let's just take a second to talk about, in my personal opinion, I think Miz and Maryse are just Money in the Bank. They work together perfectly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And honestly, I have no problem with Miz being Intercontinental Champion for a little while.
No, neither do I. I also have no problem with Cesaro being Intercontinental Champion though, because that'd be pretty good.
00 Swiss.
Yeah.
Doing the types of things he usually does. On last night's show, highlight of the program for me, 00 Switzerland comes out, looking fly as usual, gets in Miz's face and says, it's going to be me against you and the League of Nations, and pulls the suit apart. He's wearing the Bootio shirt.
Yeah.
And New Day and
New Day.
and Cesaro, I think they work together really well.
Yeah. Pretty much the finish was just like, hey everybody, do your finishers.
Backstabber! Bro kick! Yep.
Trouble in Paradise. Belly to booty. Big ending.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Even though it's called belly to booty, is it? I guess it kind of is a belly to booty suplex. Or no, it's not. It's a belly to belly suplex.
Yeah, it is.
Why does he call it a belly to booty suplex then?
Just because,
Michael Cole being Michael Cole?
yeah, and just Biggie, I guess.
I guess it's the gimmick.
Yeah. I maybe it's just me, but I always have a hard time believing like belly to bellies as finishers.
It looks pretty safe, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like the pillow finish.
Especially Bailey's.
Yeah.
It looks very, like, even when she like really leans into it,
Yeah.
it's just, I'm gonna hug you really hard.
And then just lay you down.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Who is the most brutal finisher in pro wrestling right now?
Ooh.
F5?
Yeah, the F5's pretty good. Bomier.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. The coup de grace. The
Yes.
stomp.
Yes. Extremely brutal.
Speaking of the stomp, we saw, it's a bit of a callback, but a really good spot to Lucha Underground's main event where Taya suplexed, I forget who it was, but then she rolled through and then jumped and stomped onto their chest. And I just,
On Dragon.
yeah.
It's a really good combination.
I'd love
I've never
to
seen
see
that before.
Finn Balor do something like that.
Just like all of his moves ends in stomps. He's just M. Bison now.
Psycho Crusher.
Makes sense. I actually have no problem with that.
No.
I believe there was a couple more points we wanted to discuss.
There was one point I wanted to discuss about SmackDown. It was the Paige and Emma match.
Right.
Just about the finish. Like, what was that finish?
It was very abrupt, no doubt about it. My personal opinion was that they were just rushed. I don't know why. In the past, we've seen these two superstars have really good matches, and they're obviously really, really talented.
Yeah.
That seemed like a total waste of their abilities.
Yeah, definitely. Overall, though, it was a great match. But the finish definitely was not the greatest.
Agreed. And one other thing, I believe.
One other thing?
I believe you said you had another question? Lockdown?
Oh, yes. I was going to ask you about the future of the U.S. title
Thank you very much.
and your opinions on that.
Yes, great question. So right now, I think anybody out there can agree with me that the United States title picture has never looked more bleak, unfortunately.
Yeah, like, it seems like they almost don't know what to do with Kalisto either, because they're like, do we put him in the tag? Do we have him singles with, but what's Sin Cara gonna do? Like,
It's a mess.
yeah.
Relegated to the WrestleMania pre-show. And to not even a particularly... Excuse me. Relegated to the WrestleMania pre-show. And not even a particularly long or entertaining match either.
No.
The way the United States title is, it needs to be completely revitalized.
They need a Big Match John back.
They do need Big Match John back, but maybe even that's not the answer. So you tell me.
I don't know. I think it would definitely, like, even if it didn't, I mean, I don't think it would, instantly make the U.S. title a hot item, but I think it would help.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
We've already done it. I don't disagree that it probably would be hotter than what we have now.
Well, maybe not have him, like, as the champion, but throwing him into the mix would definitely spice things up.
Sure. Yeah, I could see, honestly, I think Sami Zayn's the perfect person to be United States champion.
Yes, that, they could have a rematch.
Brilliant.
It needs to happen.
Done. Okay, well, we solved that problem. Are we ready to thank the fam, or is there anything else we want to talk about?
I think that's about it, I think.
That's about all the storyline that the Big Show had really for us to talk about this week.
Yeah.
I mean, AJ's poised to have his title shot at the upcoming Payback pay-per-view. The women's title division right now shows that Natty's probably going to become the new champion now that she is poised to have her title shot against Charlotte with her Uncle Brett in her corner.
And she made Charlotte tap twice, so...
And she beat her last night in a row. So it seems like
Yeah,
money in the bank, you could say.
pretty much.
And the tag title picture, it's the Vaudevillains against Enzo and Cass. That's next week on Raw, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
Right.
pretty sure.
Okay.
Or,
Maybe SmackDown?
yeah, maybe? I can't remember.
It would make sense to do it on SmackDown, then they can just have the Big Show and Cass and Enzo match next week.
The Big Show.
Sorry. I don't know why I even said Big Show. He was nowhere near my television. And I've got the big man in my mind. Okay.
He's a legend.
He is an absolute legend.
And a mastodon.
A mastodon, and he's on the verge of completely derailing the show. So let's take it home, big man.
Reel it in.
Yeah, here at the lake.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching. Thanks again, Vince, Stephanie, Triple H, Paul Heyman, and everybody else who follows the program.
Shane O'Mac.
Obviously, Shane. Keep running Raw. You're doing great, big man.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all the time we have for the program this week. We'll see you next time on Wrestling Ramble.